Hey guys, Manu here. Welcome to the channel. Have you ever watched an action movie? If yes, then a car chase scene is almost guaranteed to be there, right? And if there is, then there is a high possibility that there are going to be two or three bad guys on blacked out motorcycles chasing our hero in urban traffic. In some cases, it's a street bike, sometimes a police bike, but in most cases, it's a bike that looks like this. This is a 2003 Suzuki DRZ400E. It came in here tired, beaten, having spent most of its life as a very good enduro machine. But those days are gone, and here it is. Rebuilt, tuned, and turned into a bad guy supermoto by our good friends over at Revolt Cycles. So in this episode, we'll be talking about the DRZ400, some of the mods that Revolt Cycles did to it, and why it is the best bad guy motorcycle ever. Alright, I have talked about the DRZ in previous videos, but let's do a quick recap. It is an enduro made by Suzuki since the early 2000s as a replacement to their long-running DR350 back in the 90s. The DRZ is powered by a carburetor-fed 400cc liquid-cooled engine with a 5-speed manual transmission. This version, the E model, produces around 39 horsepower and 39 Nm of torque. You get long travel suspension front and rear, disc brakes with no ABS, reasonably low weight at 140 kilograms, seat height is at 37 inches, and fuel capacity is at 10 liters. Styling is a bit dated but has proven to be timeless. So why is this the ultimate bad guy motorcycle? Let's ride this around, talk about it, and do bad guy stuff. Now power-wise, the DRZ400 is a potent weapon, even up to this day. It may not be that much on paper, but the way this engine delivers it is what matters. It's got loads of low-end torque, useful off-road, and blasting in and out of tight spots. This one, however, has been rebuilt with a 434cc big bore kit, full FMF exhaust, bigger jets, 3x3 airbox mod, and a whole lot of brand new engine internals. This DRZ feels like a bat out of hell. Throttle response is snappy, way more low-end torque as I remembered with my 2007 DRZ SM a couple of years back. It's like a totally different animal as I remembered mine. The gearing on this bike is the stock ratio, but since this is rolling on smaller diameter Supermoto wheels, the DRZ loves to pop wheelies and spin the tires off, especially under sudden acceleration. Now speaking of tires, these are the IRC Exato NR88s front and back. Check out my video on these sticky but budget-friendly pavement grippers. Handling on the DRZ has always been more on the off-road side rather on the street. Put the stock DRZ in its intended environment, it will perform the way a dirt bike should be. Long travel suspension is always a big plus, especially off-road. Converting the wheels to 17s though will change it drastically. You get sharper steering, a more plush ride on the streets, and a lot of cornering clearance, which supermotos are known for. In short, very aggressive handling. This bike, however, with its stock suspension and current setting is set for a softer ride. Not exactly the best for on-road stability, but makes for some very easy fishtailing if that's your thing. A lot of body weight movement is required to keep this bike planted and is actually a workout. Bad guys need a good sweat anyway, right? Now a couple of clicks and adjustments here and there to make it stiffer should do the trick. Now speaking of body weight transfer, the ergonomics is typical enduro. Upright seating for a commanding view up ahead, which is very important. Reach to the bars is very easy, considering the aftermarket bars on this one also. And foot placement is just right for a guy my size. The seat itself is reasonably comfortable despite it being narrow. Having a seat like this is awesome because you move your weight forward and back easily, depending on the situation. Now I give credit to Revolt Cycles for the custom shaved seat foam on this one. Now one thing about being a bad guy in an action movie is their ability to be timeless. Sometimes they're even more memorable than the hero of the movie. The DRZ is something like that. This bike has been around for more than 20 years and has a huge cult following even in countries where it's not sold domestically, like here in the Philippines. And to prove to you that this bike has the global following, Revolt Cycles got 80% of all the needed parts from Amazon and Alibaba, and you know where most of those parts come from. Now I'm a big fan of the DRZ400, and I'm a firm believer that this bike is the perfect balance of reliability, performance, utility, and has massive support in terms of online technical resources and aftermarket components to keep this bad guy up and running. Now, should you buy one? Depends, really. Honestly speaking, from my experience, this bike is not for everyone, but if you're looking for a bike that will last you a long time and keep you entertained for years, may it be riding it, or if you're fond of wrenching on it, then this bike will be for you. Anyway, that's it for this one. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.